Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to show how to create an instance in AWS in Windows. First we have to log into the account and we're going to use the same steps like creating an Ubuntu or Linux instance. We launch an instance, we create an instance name, Windows test instance. And then we're going to choose the operating system. We browse from all the operating systems that AWS offers. I'm going to choose only free trials, so I don't have to charge for the selection. And there are different versions that they are free trials, and there are different Windows Server edition. I'm going to choose the first one. It doesn't matter which one you choose. Most of the Windows Server, they provide most of the configuration, most of the things are the same, but depends if you have a specific project to do in a certain and a specific Microsoft Windows Server. As you can see, the Data Center Edition. I'm gonna select, and I'm gonna select the type of the instance. I'm gonna use micro since it's fire tree and is available for our zone. And we're going to choose the K pair. Actually, this is very important to pay attention and not to skip. This is an element that is very important when you're going to provision and you're going to connect with the instance through the remote desktop or through the remote desktop file that you might download from the instance when it's already created. So we're going to create a new one. We always make sure to choose the PAM options, because this is the format that allows you to decrypt the password and to follow the steps that you're going to have in another video about provisioning the Windows Server instance. Meanwhile, with PP key it doesn't work. So make sure to select the format PEM. Oh, we have to create a name, Windows Test. And we created it. It's already downloaded. So we make sure to save somewhere, maybe somewhere that you have the files, that you save the different important information. This is something that you have to keep for some time for as long as you're going to use this instance. Is the most element for provisioning it. We can create a group, or we can select a group if you already have a group. I have already launched some of them, but you can use default, or you can launch a classroom or another group that you have used in the other homeworks. I'm going to create a new one. I'm going to allow RDP traffic. You can use a different option anywhere or from my IP. I would recommend, since it is not yet the big instance that you have to pay attention to all the detail of the configuration, I just leave anywhere. Make sure to allow RDP traffic, because you might have it helps you to connect with your instance. And depends for what purpose you are creating your instance. You might allow HTTPS traffic and HTTP, and you have the configuration storage. As you can see, they are already pre-configured some options, but you can choose as much as you want. You can add even a new volume. I'm going to leave the default option, but that's in your hand. If you want, you can choose different configurations, and you have always to select even your free trial information. as you can see here, gives some information. In your first year includes 750 hours of T2 micro or T3 micro in the regions in which T2 micro is not available. On instance usage on free trial, 30 gigabit. So this is the whole package that offers AWS in the first year that you open the account. You might launch it. It's gonna take some time, and as you see, it's still pending. When you select the Windows test, you can with the Windows instance name, you're gonna have the public IP and some detailed information that they are still pre-configured, and it's still waiting for all the configuration to set up. It has even security. So after it is created and the status is running and it is even the status check is already passed, we're still in initialization process of the operating system, and we might have problems to connect, or the provisioning might take some time. Also, if you want the instance to stop running, if you see in the other Windows instance that I have already stopped it. This is a way to save money, and when the service or the instances that you are using are in a stop status, it means that the provider, the cloud provider, AWS or Google Cloud or other provider, has kind of the same politics. They don't charge you. When it's running, then it means that it's gonna charge for the configuration or resources that you have been using. Since the Windows server is kind of bigger than the standard Windows that you use, when you stop and you start, the instance might take some time to run, but everything depends on the configuration that you have give to your instance. The other thing is very important is to delete things that you don't need, to clean your account from the services or from the configuration files that you don't use anymore. This is because you need to save money. Also, even though you might have created instances or other services that they are in a stop status, but the company might not charge, but still it has allocated some of the storage that might create some problems to run free trials or other services that the AWS offers for free, because you have already completed all the storages and all the other limits that they have provided you. So it's very important to delete all the configuration file of your instance. If you have created the instance, it's good to delete one by one even the configuration file, like security or like the key pair, the keys that you don't use anymore. So it's very, very good to keep your account clean from anything that you might not need. This is also even a good way to manage your account, so you don't get confused by so many unnecessary information that your account has in your name. So you can update. As you can see, it's still initializing the Windows server, and it's gonna keep for some time. This is pretty much some of the basic things and steps that you can follow to provision instance in a Windows server. Feel free to write or to share your concerns, and I will be very happy to help in provisioning or also in creating the Windows server. This video is made in Windows operating system, so we are creating through my laptop, which has installed the Windows operating system. Thank you.